My friends, whatever you think you know about illegal immigration, you don't know enough. This is the latest column from Ann Coulter. You know, she and I have not seen eye to eye of late. She's decided to go out and slam President Trump. Criticism, fine. Slamming doesn't help her, doesn't help the president, doesn't help the country. But she's out with a brand new column today, and I think it's important that every one of us hear it. Hear what she had to say. She writes the following. Every single thing the mainstream media says about the border crisis is a lie. Media myth number one. Illegal immigration at an all-time low. Most Americans hear that and think Trump got us out of bed for this. There are fewer illegals coming in? As you might have surmised from the illegals flooding your hospitals, schools, and churches, that's a lie. According to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, illegals have been pouring across our border at rates not seen for more than a decade. 76,000 plus in February, 100,000 plus in March, 100,000 plus in April, 100,000 and climbing so far in May. In fiscal 2016, the 12 months before Trump won the presidency, an average of 46,000 illegals crossed the border each month. Today we're taking in twice that many. And those are just the number of undocumented immigrants we caught. How many are actually getting in some multiple of the illegal aliens the Border Patrol stops? Media myth number two, illegal immigrants at our border are legal because they're asking for asylum. This is the basis on which commentators claim that illegal immigration is lower than ever. They just reclassify anyone they don't want to count as a legal asylum seeker. From now on, we're calling cancer happy fun times. Look, we've cured cancer. But wait, what are all those people dying from? No, it's nothing like cancer. It's not even spelled the same. It's happy fun times. An illegal alien seeking asylum is still an illegal alien. It's against the law to enter the country without our approval. Asylum is simply a defense to deportation. We could also eliminate crime by calling convicted felons legal reversal seekers. Yes, a convict has a right to appeal his conviction, but until it's reversed, he is a convicted criminal. Media myth number three, only 39% of illegals released at the border fail to appear at their hearings. First, that still would be a lie. Second, it isn't true. And third, it's irrelevant. Once they're released from custody, and they're all released, illegal aliens are never going home. For starters, there are 1 million hearings. PolitiFact boasts in a headline, majority of undocumented immigrants show up for court, data shows. That statistic refers only to the first hearing, the preliminary hearing that sets court dates. Showing up at that one just buys the illegal another year or so in America, so you'd be an idiot not to appear. And yet about 40% of illegals never stroll in for the initial hearing. It's the next hearing, the removal hearing, where the illegal's asylum claim is actually litigated. Another 40% of illegals skip that hearing. If the illegal does drop by and loses his claim, about 85% do, and is ordered removed, then is he deported? Nope. Next, he can appeal the order and get 2 more years and not be counted as illegal in the U.S. Happy fun times. But say the illegal loses his asylum petition, loses his appeal, and is ordered removed. No more review, do not pass, go. Is he removed? You haven't been paying attention. He's sent on his merry way, risking 1 in a million odds that immigration and customs enforcement will ever catch up with him and actually deport him. More like 1 in 2 million odds, provided he doesn't kill anyone in the U.S., and often even if he does. If ICE somehow, in between fighting with sanctuary cities for custody of undocumented felons and gang members, catches an illegal alien with no appeals left, his home country can slow walk his travel papers or refuse to take them altogether, somehow failing to recognize the promise he holds for their economy in the 21st century. So what do we do then? Hold him for, at most, 180 days, then release him. Who cares if a majority of illegals show up for the first of many pointless hearings? PolitiFact? Other than wasting a few hours of the illegals' time now and then, and a lot of taxpayer money, what do any of the hearings accomplish? Obviously, the only question that matters is this. How many illegal aliens captured and then released from custody at the border are ever removed from our country. Ask anyone. Ask the Department of Justice. Ask ICE. Ask America's leading immigration expert, Jared Kushner. The answer ranges from "we have no idea" to "none." ICE isn't even trying to deport them. On the agency's list of priorities, mere illegal aliens, who, contrary to everything you're being told by the media, actually have broken the law by entering our country, come in at priority number 6 after various criminal and welfare-abusing illegal aliens. You, the taxpayer, are spending billions of dollars not only on baby formula, blankets, and medical care for illegals, but on immigration courts, Border Patrol, and ICE agents. And the end result is illegals crossing our border are never actually deported. Once they're in, they're in. Break into our country and you're guaranteed a lifetime of support from the U.S. taxpayer. That's a reason we wanted a wall. Media myth number 4. The media, the Democratic Party, and 90% of the Republican Party genuinely want to control our border, but are deeply moved by the treatment of undocumented children at the border. The truth is they want illegals released from custody because then they'll never leave. As Latin America's poor discover this, more and more will come. In addition to idiotic court rulings requiring illegals to be released after 20 days if they drag a kid with them, Congress has ensured their release by mandating that ICE have no more than 45,274 detention beds. That's 45,274 beds for all ICE detainees, including MS-13 gang members, cop-killing illegal aliens, terrorist aliens, and so on. Every month, 100,000 illegals are crashing our border, and our entire government legal apparatus is designed to help them across, minister to their needs, and then turn them loose. Their brief stay in custody is just a little R&R on the path to American welfare. This will never, ever change. It's why we wanted a wall. Well, kudos to Ann Coulter for a great column. She brings facts and she brings common sense. So, folks, you and I, we need to turn up the heat under the feet of our legislators and even under the feet of our president. He's doing all he can, but he must do more. 100,000 illegals a month entering our country, to say nothing of drugs pouring in right into our kids' bodies, of human trafficking, of diseases. Anybody hear about a measles outbreak across the country? It's an outrage, and it's poison for the United States of America. It's Tuesday. Riell Truth. We'll be right back.
Are you staring out the window daydreaming about spring, your lush green yard and backyard barbecue? Well, don't blink. Before you know it, you'll be knee-high in grass. Don't let the HOA come pounding on your door. Don't be that guy. Call Turf Gamers Landscaping at 970-460-TURF or visit our website at turfgamerslandscaping.com. We will get your garden to top shape. Specializing in maintenance and install of commercial and residential properties, we pride ourselves in our clean-cut and approachable crew to work efficiently and quickly each day on the property. Visit our website at turfgamerslandscaping.com. Our install crew can transform your backyard into the outdoor living space you've always dreamed of. Call me, Brian, at 970-460-TURF for a free walkthrough and estimate where we can meet and discuss the best options for your landscaping needs. Family-owned and locally operated, we've been serving Northern Colorado for over 18 years. Thank you for your support and supporting KD.
Society today is completely dependent on technology. Almost all services we count on, including food, water, and transportation. Computers are operating our power grids, and yes, even the cars we drive. In the event of a massive power surge or an electromagnetic pulse in the atmosphere, this could render the country completely helpless. The President has just signed the first executive order to identify problems with critical infrastructure in the USA and prepare the United States in the event of an EMP attack. The power and water may come back on, but your home and all your computer-managed devices may be ruined forever. EMPshield.com has the solution. They offer the world's first whole home EMP protection device. Made in America, they can protect your home, office, auto, solar, RVs, campers, generators, and the list goes on and on.
My friends, my name is Howard Riell. You're listening to my show, Riell Truth. Just today, just this morning, Mark Levin's new book came out. If you're looking at me on video, you see it. It's called Unfreedom of the Press. I just started reading it. It's excellent. I recommend it. By the way, Victor Davis Hanson's book, The Case for Trump, also excellent, as is, I don't have my copy in my hand, Riell Truth, Stay Angry, written by yours truly. Freedom of the press and the freedom that the press feels to lie are absolutely essential topics today. We are being so grievously misserved by the press today. The partisan press, the fake news press, the lying press, they have feel no compunction against lying to Americans outright. And it's not only a disgrace, and as a journalist, it's a disgrace, believe me. It's also very injurious to our country. It's doing irreparable damage to the United States of America. To wit, the author of Unfreedom of the Press, Mark Levin, was just a guest on Sean Hannity's radio show on Fox. Let's listen to the conversation.
And the man who is exposing all of this,
Well, that's the point. Let me interrupt. They told you in advance, I'm writing for this party or I'm writing for that party. Fine. Do that, fine. But don't you dare present yourself to the American people as an independent, objective, unbiased member of the media and then slant everything to the left. That you cannot do. That is journalistic malpractice.
and that lasted from about 7.
And that, by the way, talks to you about the hypocrisy of the left. The media is very obviously not trustworthy. People on the left say it is because the media is connected to them. It's agreeing with them. It's echoing what they're saying. So people on the left realize that the media is not fair, but as long as they side with the left, they will say it's fair. That's hypocrisy.
Half the country. You see,
And folks, I've mentioned this on the show many times. When I go to my health club, I just said this yesterday. They got TV monitors all over the wall. You look at CNN, you look at MSNBC, you never see anything that doesn't include the name Trump. There are 1,000,000,001 things happening in the world, a lot of bad things and a lot of good things, a lot of things we just need to focus on. But no, that all gets pushed aside on those networks, and all they want to do is carp at President Trump. Why? Because he represents the American people, number one, and because he's doing a very good job of draining the swamp of which they are a part.
the First Amendment.
It is an absolute outrage. But how many people know that? How many people know the history that Mark Levin just went through? I didn't. Now I know it, and I'm sharing this video. By the way, you'll be happy to know today is my third day of having been banned on Facebook for putting things on that they find unacceptable. Believe me, nothing unacceptable, only things that were true. And so I've been banned. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. Mark Levin's new book, just in bookstores today. You can get it online. Freedom of the Press. Mark Levin, I absolutely hope that you'll get it and read it. And hold the press accountable for what it does and what it doesn't do. We'll be right back.
Tax season, traffic, bills, or just plain cabin fever. Come fly fish the North Platte River, Trout Chambers Outfit. Hi, Brian here with Trout Chambers Outfit, 970-460-8873, or visit our website at troutchambers.com. Servicing the whole North Platte River from Northgate Canyon to Cap. On target the aggressive rainbow this spring, floating a every section of the river. 4 hours north of Denver, 1 hour west of Cap. Book a trip at troutchambers.com or call us at 970-460-8873. Very beginner friendly, approximately 8 hours on a trip boat floating down Phoenix North Platte River. Prices include 6-season flies, all gear, lunches for 2 anglers. Call about discounts for beds until the age of 16.
Before hiring a realtor from a big corporation who outsources their jobs and pays little to no taxes, ask yourself, what do you really want in a realtor? You need a realtor who is honest and has integrity, a realtor who is focused on the client's bottom line, not the realtor's bottom line, who provides personable, over-the-top service before, during, and after the transaction. You want a realtor that knows how to market your property. Hi, I'm James Morgan, a realtor with Grisham & Associates, LLC. I am your Colorado real estate specialist. Land deals, mountain cabins, or urban dwellings, I've got you covered. For the first-time home buyer, we will make it the best experience. If you are looking to move up or downsizing, we will do better than your last transaction. Call me today at 720-203-0731 or visit coloradoproperties.online. Let me do a great job for you.
Grandpa's Pawn and Gun. We are a family-owned and operated business. We run a gun store, pawn shop in Longmont, Colorado, and have served the Front Range for nearly 25 years. Currently, we have over 400 guns for sale in our 4,200 square foot building. Grandpa's Pawn and Gun, according to Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, is one of the state's highest volume gun dealers. We are also the busiest pawn shop in Longmont, and we offer the lowest interest rates on your loans in northern Colorado. Seriously, why would you pawn your valuables anywhere else? We've sold over 45,000 guns since 1999, so if you are into those old Colts and Winchesters, or new Glocks and H&Ks, we'll take good care of you. People you can trust in a pawn shop you can trust. That's Grandpa's Pawn and Gun, 303-772-7952. That's 303-772-7952.
This is James Morgan with Grisham & Associates, LLC. Buying or selling real estate, call me at 720-203-0731 or visit my website at coloradoproperties.online. Our office has more than 3 decades of real estate experience, and we will treat you like family. Call us today for all your real estate needs at 720-203-0731. Keep listening to KHNC 1360.
Folks, welcome back to Riell Truth. Howard Riell behind the microphone. You know, the Democrat Party was not ready for Donald Trump. The swamp was not ready for Donald Trump. And as Steve Bannon, former advisor to the president, is about to tell Trish Regan on Trish Regan Primetime on Fox, China also was not ready for Donald Trump. That's why Joe Biden is out on the campaign trail saying that leaders of foreign countries are urging him to run for president. Well, yeah, of course they are, because he's a simpleton and he's in the pocket of the Chinese. You know about the whole stinker involving Biden's son and China. If you don't know about it, go online and Google China, Biden, son. I forget his son's first name, but he's a sleazebag. Joe Biden is in bed with the Chinese. That's why a couple of weeks ago he said China's not our competition. He's lying his teeth off because he's getting very rich from the Chinese. Steve Bannon, Trish Regan, go.
He's public enemy number one as far as China's concerned.
Listen to what he's saying. China has been waging war against us for at least 20 years. I think it's longer than that. And they are shocked that we finally have a president who's willing to fight back. As far as I'm concerned, that is a fantastic thing and a blessing from heaven. Bingo! China is playing the long game. I said this yesterday too. And Americans want to know, what's in the news today? What do we do today? We want it now. That's just the nature of who we are as a people. Well, we got to outgrow that. We got to be smarter than that. We also have to think in the long term. I don't know how much long term we have left. But we've got to think long term because our enemies are, and if we hope to beat them, it's going to be on that battlefield. a sea change. What Trump is doing is working. And he's benefiting America in 100 different ways. Now, if 2020 comes and enough of us vote Democrat, all that progress will be gone. And we'll be back to the bad old days when we were holding our ankles in front of China and a host of others. We don't dare let Trump get voted out of office. We don't dare. Let's take a break now. We'll be back. Lots more here on Riell Truth. Stay tuned.
I'm Ryan with EMF Mitigator. You worried about 5G wireless cell towers in your area? Would you like to know if your home or office is being penetrated by electromagnetic fields from overhead power lines? What about powerful signals that can be smart meters? EMF Mitigator can answer these questions. Our state-of-the-art measuring tools. We are in the business of measuring, locating, and reducing or eliminating man-made electromagnetic frequencies. In 2011, the International Agency for Research on Cancer classified radio frequency radiation as a group 2B carcinogen. Other carcinogens in the group include arsenic, lead, and melamine. Take control of your exposure by calling EMF Mitigators at 970-300-3414. Mention that you heard about us on KHNC 1360. We'll come to measure your home or office for only $99. Discover what may be affecting you in your own environment. Call EMF Mitigators today at 970-300-3414. Reach us 24 hours a day at EMFmitigators.com.
Do you remember the energy crisis of the 70s? A lot of people panicked. We came up with a solution. A best way to insulate your house, save you money, and increase your comfort. A best way to air seal and add insulation to your attic. A best way to insulate your wall cabinets, whether your house has brick, aluminum, steel, vinyl, wood lap, stucco, or plasterboard. Even if your walls were previously insulated. A best way to perform energy assessments and a best way to help our customers qualify for cell and other utility. 43 years later, a lot has changed. A lot of our competition has come and gone. A few things that haven't. We're still family owned and operated. We still develop new methods and techniques. We are still saving energy, and more importantly, saving our customers money. Best Way Insulation, founded in 1976. 303-469-0808. That's 303-469-0808.
All right, guys, welcome back. Riell Truth. If you are black, can your children be friends with white people? It sounds like a pretty stupid question, but a while back, Tucker Carlson on Fox News had a professor on the show who questioned whether or not his kids could be friends with white people. Let's listen to the way it went down. Go ahead, Tucker.
Good evening, welcome to Tucker Carlson.
Excuse me, that is statistically true. The main threat facing African Americans is statistically provably other African Americans. Somehow that gets buried in this whole racial conversation or non-conversation.
The main threat facing white people is white people. Right, so there is no phrase white on
No,
white.
I don't know. I mean, people say that. I mean, I guess the point is, you don't face a threat from an entire racial group. You face a threat from individuals who've made individual choices.
Well, we should turn to that. But just in closing, I should say we should be honest and not pretend that there is a phrase like white on white violence, right? That phrase doesn't exist for very particular
well, we can invent it here. But I guess the point I'm making is that you should never generalize about people on the basis of their skin color because it reduces them to the sum total of their skin color. And again, that's the definition of racism. And you're engaging in it in this piece. And I don't think it's helpful. I think it's wrong.
Well, it is wrong. And here's what's happening. Back in the 60s, and I remember the 60s. I'm an old geezer. In the 60s and the 70s and beyond, the racial conversation was about equality. It's a little bit different today. Now, various races having basically become equal as far as rights and as far as protection under the law, now minorities are vying for power. Black Americans are vying for power, political power, economic power, and they no longer want equality because they have equality. Now there are a lot of people, not all obviously, but a vocal minority of Black Americans are looking for an edge, looking for dominance, looking for power. Don't take my word for it. A lot smarter people than I am have said that, and a lot of them have been Black themselves. No longer about equality, just as feminism is no longer about equality. Now it's competition. Now it's ambition. Now it's power. And it's one of the things that's tearing the American people apart. I thought equality was a pretty good goal. And by and large, we've reached it. But, you know, if you want $1 million and then you get it, you want $2 million. If you get that, you want $1/3 million. So the problem is, once we achieved equality, that wasn't enough. Now what is being sought is dominance. And that's behind this editorial about whether or not this guy's children can be friends with white people. They can be, unless you persuade them that they shouldn't be. That's a whole other conversation. Let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll wrap it up right here on Riell Truth.
Square Root Construction is pleased to help support the American Freedom Network by offering a high-quality custom construction service. Established in 1990, Square Root Construction is revealing high-quality decks and other types of outdoor living projects all along the northern boundary. We're licensed, insured, and have all the experience, knowledge, and skill to help you create the outdoor living of your dreams. For your free consultation and no obligation quote, give Doug a call at 303-517-8742 or visit us on the web at squarerootconstruction.com. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tom Phillips.
No one in America does what we do. Our health and nutrition profile is a free 1-hour interview with one of our counselors. We look at what you eat, what you drink, exercise, medication, environment you work in, food you crave, your health, your history, your family history. Everything that makes you a unique person. No one is exactly like you. Then we will suggest some food changes. Maybe you should add something to your diet. Maybe you should eliminate something from your diet. Then we suggest green herb products to supplement your diet. We usually suggest between 2 and 5 days. 60 capsules cost $50. But remember, you are not obligated to purchase anything. Call us at 888-765-HERB. That's 888-765-4372 to set your no obligation appointment.
Join us and don't miss a moment of the Alex Jones Show, your #1 source for real independent media. Find out what the mainstream media doesn't want you to know. InfoWars is pro-American, pro-family, pro-freedom, We are rebooting 1776. Exclusive reports, live coverage, information you won't find anywhere else. Tomorrow's news today. Stay informed by listening to KHNC 1360 AM. The Alex Jones Show on KHNC, the heart of Northern Colorado.
All right, folks, what does holy mean to you? The word holy, holiness. What does holiness mean? Well, it can mean a whole bunch of different things. I think that you would agree that for you and me, holiness does not mean killing human beings. But then again, we're not Muslim. Item from Breitbart. Islamic terrorists have carried out an estimated 76 attacks in nearly 15 countries since the beginning of the holy month of Ramadan this month, killing at least 364 people and injuring 404 others in the first 2 weeks of the holiest month for Muslims, a Breitbart News tally shows. That means, on average, jihadis killed at least 25 people and injured another 30 each day since Ramadan began at sunset May 5th. This year, the holy period is expected to last through sundown June 4. My friend, some people worship God. Some people worship the God of violence. Item from Gallup, Dateline DC. Americans today are more closely divided than they were earlier in the last century when asked whether some form of socialism would be a good or a bad thing for the country. While 51% of U.S. adults say socialism would be a bad thing for the country, 43% believe it would be a good thing. My friends, either the skulls of those 43% of people are too thick to ingest information, or the media, surprise, surprise, and our educational institutions, surprise, surprise, have been doing a piss-poor job of teaching them the difference between socialism and capitalism. For anybody who still does not know the difference, I would urge you to look at what's happening in Venezuela today, or Cuba. Those are both socialist paradises. People are starving. Life is horrible, and the people who live there want to get the hell out. That is socialism. Item from NBC Los Angeles. Rat-infested piles of rotting garbage left uncollected by the city of Los Angeles, even after promises to clean it up, are fueling concerns about a new epidemic after last year's record number of flea-borne typhus cases. Even the city's most notorious trash pile, located between downtown LA's busy fashion and produce districts, continues to be a magnet for rats after it was cleaned up months ago. The rodents can carry typhus-infected fleas, which can spread the disease to humans through bacteria rubbed into the eyes or cuts and scrapes in the skin, resulting in severe flu-like symptoms. Unquote. My friends, I just got through telling you that Venezuela is a poster boy for socialism, while Los Angeles and even San Francisco are poster boys for liberalism. LA and San Francisco have been Democrat strongholds forever, and they're both dying. Item from Fox 5 New York. Dateline Plano, Texas. We all wish we could bring our dogs everywhere, and why shouldn't we? That's why a movie theater in Texas is allowing people to bring their furry best friends to enjoy their favorite flick together. And if for some reason you're still not sold, your ticket comes with all the wine you can drink. My friends, 1,000 years ago, I worked as an usher in the Oceana movie theater in Brooklyn. On my first day on the job, I was standing on the staircase watching the movie and policing everything when a large container filled with soda came whizzing past my head. There were 4 or 5 teenage guys up there who thought they'd have some fun. What the hell makes anyone think that providing free wine to people, getting them liquored up, is going to end in anything besides disaster? Item from Breitbart. A study by the National Association of Scholars revealed at least 75 American colleges have black-only graduation ceremonies, and 43% offer segregated residential halls. My friends, is this progress, or are we back in the 1950s. I'll let you think about it. I'll see you tomorrow. Hasta luego.